don't often come across articles that grinds my gears, but the one that we will be talking about today does just that. And I think it serves as a pretty good introduction for anyone who is a new subscriber to this channel, a new member of the CT Club, or just a new person to this whole cryptocurrency space in general. The contents of today's video, I think, could be illuminating for you. So the article I'm talking about today is this one, basically saying how Donald Trump is now an advocate for cryptocurrencies. Because why? and why is a very good question. This article goes on to say that he has demonstrated a more open attitude towards Bitcoin during an appearance on Fox News. He says that he's warming up to the idea of cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin maybe specifically because of its growing popularity and because now there's Bitcoin spot ETFs and because basically it hasn't failed yet. So if that's what you consider to be a Bitcoin advocate, I encourage you to raise that bar. Not too long ago, Trump and a lot of different politicians were calling Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, thin air, nothing, pure speculation, a scam, something to be declared time and time again by them in the face of us, those who really understand what cryptocurrency is all about. But the main topic of today's video is a reminder not to have or not to become a cheerleader of any politician, to be the champion of cryptocurrency in general or of your favorite cryptocurrency in particular. And that's because this technology, this blockchain technology, the innovation that allows monetary policy, the transmission of value across borders in a peer-to-peer fashion, in a decentralized, permissionless, censorship-resistant fashion, this technology has a lot of far-reaching implications, which includes making banks, including central banks, not only insignificant, but irrelevant altogether. There's a lot of people who are getting excited about a big politician like Donald Trump being pro-Bitcoin or a crypto advocate. I'm using heavy air quotes here because I think he has a long way to go to prove his authenticity in being any kind of an advocate for cryptocurrencies, in my opinion. But a lot of people are hopeful because they think that he could be the reason why the tides turn in terms of regulations for cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrency supporting ecosystems like exchanges in the United States. They think that he could be the reason why crypto could thrive in the United States. But here is not my opinion. This is the cold, hard facts. Are you ready? Regulations affect centralized platforms, centralized networks, period. End of discussion. Anything that is affected by regulations being handed down by a government is centralized, and anything that is decentralized will continue to be robust against it, despite the best efforts of any government or any regulator or any entity that has a motivation to control or shut down a cryptocurrency network or a cryptocurrency platform. Suffice to say that centralized platforms, centralized networks, centralized systems within this cryptocurrency space, they need regulations. No, they don't need regulations. They need to obey the regulations, and they are crossing their fingers that the regulations are friendly enough that will allow them to continue to exist. That does not mean that they are robust. That does not mean that they are disruptive by any means. Decentralized systems will continue to exist regardless of the cryptocurrency regulations. There's a lot of Bitcoin maximalists that are cheering on regulations. They're probably cheering on this new claim that Trump is now Bitcoin positive. But they're doing so because they have some ulterior motives. Really, they think that the regulations are going to smother out the altcoins or the crap coins that they think are sucking liquidity and sucking the market share away from Bitcoin. But if Bitcoin is as disruptive as they would love for it to be, then that means that Bitcoin is also disruptive to these governments and to these regulators that these Bitcoin maximalists are also championing on. And I know I'm going to hear from you guys in the comments. And in fact, believe it or not, I do look forward to it because these discussions are very important to be had. And I think it's a really important reminder to understand why Bitcoin exists in the first place, why Bitcoin was launched in an open source manner, and why this proliferation of ideas that has, resulted in thousands of different cryptocurrencies that exist now. Yes, many of them are scams. Many of them are built by people with malicious intent, but there are a few gems here that could serve as really helpful tools in your fight for freedom, in your fight for financial freedom. If you enjoy this content, if you want more, I encourage you to hit the subscribe button and check out learningcrypto.com, home of the CT Club, where you can get this and understand why Toby and I do what we do with our own cryptocurrency investments. That's it for today's episode. See you tomorrow.